drop situation on Luka Doncic. Queta was all the way in the paint. There's a throw ahead to LeBron James to get the scoring started here for the Lakers.
Leading the NBA in fast break points, LeBron James has the first deuce. Back the other way, the Celtics come in second in the league in offensive rating, 8th in defensive rating, but they're dead last in pace. It's been a big change for Joe Mazzulla this year, hoping to get the margins a little bit shorter on his side as White comes up short. LeBron James, 13 points, 11 assists. He was a question mark going into that game against the Clippers because of a knee, and he pushes one home. He's got all 4.
He's starting early, being very aggressive, and I saw LeBron take the matchup of Brown the very first possession, and now they're throwing a bunch of different looks at him.
Sharman stumbled. They've been bringing Peyton Pritchard off the bench, 4-0 with this starting unit. Jaylen Brown throws up an air ball. Saved by Queta, through the legs of Ayton, and they reset the shot clock. LeBron puts the 2 hands in the air. They're going to have to, which it didn't appear to do so. Meanwhile, the Celtics looking to take advantage. And it's a 3-ball for Sharman.
That's been part of the growth of Jaylen Brown. We know about the scoring, the rebounding, the defense, but the assists, being able to collapse the defense and find his shooters.
Reeves can't respond. All right, let's clean that up. They called a foul on DeAndre Ayton, so that's why they reset it to 14. And they continued with that call, leading to the Sharman 3. Because Jaylen Brown is leading the NBA in field goal attempts, but he can't get that one to go. James back the other way, averaging 22.7 assists, 6 rebounds per game. Bully ball for Ayton, but he can't finish. Tips it back home.
Even the timing of LeBron's pass right there, he just backed the dribble out just enough to make the defender have to help enough to give Ayton that angle to get the shot.
Queta right down the middle. Portugal got ups like that. Full takeoff in downtown LA as Reeves quiets it back. How about the continued improvement for Neemias Queta this year? Joe Mazzulla said the biggest thing for him being an everyday center, which he hadn't done for the first several years of his NBA career, is understanding that you have to produce every single night. There's an expectation that comes with being that starting guy, and he has brought it on both ends of the floor this season. On the fader, it's Doncic.
I mean, that's as good a defense one-on-one. If you're Shireman, you can play against Luka, and still that's not enough.
Wow, with the adjustment.
And that's how Brown's going to have to score right now. The Lakers are throwing zone. They're throwing different defenders right before the defense sets up.
Reeves can't finish. So Boston getting a little bit more of a groove now. 3 of 8 from the floor. Brown, leave it. Hauser, extra, push shot goes.
When you go for a steal at half court, and you don't get the steal, you put your defense in peril right there. Luka tries to go for the steal, doesn't get it, and now you're in scramble mode.
This is a Laker team that's 24th in the NBA in defensive rating. Their offense has proven to be one of the most prolific when it's rolling, and that's why Luka Doncic finds the bottom. Hauser, always dangerous on the outside. Reset comes for White. Jaylen Brown was adamant that he believed Derek White should have been an all-star this year with the way that he's played in a much larger role for the Celtics, averaging 17.1 points per game. Hauser, quick trigger, has the 3.
That's going to be something to watch here in this game. The Lakers, really the month of February, the last 8 ball games, they're only averaging about 11 three-pointers made, whereas the Celtics, they average about 15 or 16. With James, 6 early points here in this first quarter.
Do you guys like points? Do you like points? Because it feels like we have a lot of points.
Oh, we do.
We got buckets over here, though. I don't know if you knew.
This is just a straight bucket, including this guy. They leave him alone momentarily. Now a reset with Queta. Always in control. LeBron, dance.
Is he cool?
There it is. Can't get the bucket. And the rebound to Hauser. Boston so far 4 assists on 5 made field goals. The Lakers just 2 assists. Hauser, he is dangerous from behind the arc. Only on NBC and Peacock. Changes already on both sides with Pritchard and Vucevic in for Boston. LaRavia and Hayes the same for the Lakers. Doncic caught up and missed it. Vucevic had it ripped away and LaRavia saves it. Second chance taken away. Jaylen Brown with a free run to the rim.
Reeves just telegraphed that pass right to Brown.
LeBron bounce. Jackson Hayes gets it right back.
That's the kind of dunks we were looking for in the dunk contest there, guys, from Jackson Hayes.
They've shown that he can get upstairs. And midway through this first quarter, we're all even. Pritchard has turned into an inferno since coming back to a bench role. Joe Mazzulla says he's comfortable there. He just knows what the game needs. So does this guy, Jaylen Brown, on the push away.
He looks comfortable everywhere. Everywhere is a comfortable spot for him. Most great players have kill spots. He can do it anywhere right now.
But I loved what Joe Mazzulla said to us. You guys were asking about his mental makeup this year and how it's changed as Reeves comes up short. Understanding what the game needs. So we saw him get a triple-double against the Warriors, and then Reggie said, but, you know, a game like this, he might need to take over. He goes, no, he can do that too. He has no issue doing whatever the game requires him to do as he turns it over. Arabia fills the lane, and he banks it on.
Both of these teams are not great in terms of transition points, but I feel who can ever win those tonight, because they both don't like to run. But if you can get easy ones.
As mentioned, the Celtics last in the league in pace. The Lakers are 20th in that category. Brown just trying to force the issue, and it's out of bounds to the Lakers.
Message, whoever brings the ball up, they're going to pressure. It was Luka, he's pressuring. When Reeves brought it up, Pritchard pressured as soon as he got in the game. They're a defensive team first.
J.J. Redick going to go a little bit extended into the bench as Doncic is going to get to the free throw line directly in front of them. They can't quite have it.
Can you
take it? Take it. Go
No,
ahead.
you can't. You can't.
And Doncic leading the NBA in free throw attempts per game. The Boston Celtics come in winners of 7 of their last 8. The second note here is maybe the most interesting and probably the least surprising. Average shot distance leads the NBA at 16.3 feet. They're also third behind the top seed in the West and the East in point differential in the NBA. That's one of the main differentiators between these two teams, as Doncic has an empty-handed trip. But that shot distance, considering how many threes Joe Mazzulla likes to take, certainly not a shot.
I think that number may come down, too, with the addition of Vucevic because of his ability to do that. Right now, you got a guy who can play with his back to the basket. I know he can shoot threes as well, but he's pretty good with his back to the basket.
And that gives him more space as well when you have all the shooting around him, right? Like he gets a chance to work with no help defense.
Doncic, money.
And look at Luka look.
And having words to the rookie, Gonzalez. There's a little history there between them two, right, Noah?
A little bit. Hugo Gonzalez played for Real Madrid, was from the Madrid area, grew up while Luka Doncic was a member of that program, and said that everybody his age, Hugo's age, as Pritchard can't respond with a 3, looked up to Luka like a godlike figure. He would come and speak to the team the last couple of years, once or twice a year, so they've gotten to know each other a little bit as Kennard drills another one from the outside.
What I like about that, no hesitation.
The great rivalries in Olympic memory with the U.S. and Canada earlier today. I know, Reggie, you were up and locked in for that gold medal hockey game. A huge congrats.
The Hughes brothers.
What a finish to that one. What a finish to the Olympics over the last week or so.
Yes.
Alyssa Liu coming back with gold. Michaela Schifrin getting it done again. On the bounce, knocked away by Vucevic. Brown's back on the floor for Boston. Out there with Hauser, White, Vucevic, and Pritchard. Brown trying to weave his way through, and a foul's going to be called on the floor. Reeves and Vanderbilt, our NBC family, for producing nothing but outstanding and riveting television for the last 2 weeks. Brown fend off. No. Vucevic trying to swipe at it, and Hachimura couldn't claim it. Vanderbilt does. Well, this is a Laker lineup without Doncic. It's going to be Reeves, Smart, James, Hachimura, and Vanderbilt. LeBron James. The Lakers have gone cold after that hot start. They had a really hot start in the first quarter a couple nights ago against the Clippers, trying to find that same offensive ceiling that they had in that one. Pritchard against Rui. Bounce it. Hauser's already hit a couple of threes. It's a 2-man game, knocked away by Hachimura. 3 to shoot. Pritchard's going to have to make it happen. Oh, fire from the low dog. Oh! Peyton Pritchard cans one from deep.
Yes, he did. He had Rui slide to the left, slide to the right.
Wow.
Nice.
Maybe it's just something with him and buzzers. I don't know. When the buzzer is near, he is at his greatest. 8 to shoot now for Hachimura on the outside. Jab on Hauser. Makes his move with 4. Spins, double, Smart, the former Celtic. Can't hit the 3. Over the top, Vanderbilt. Second chance for Reeves. Already 5 rebounds in 4 minutes off the bench for Jared Vanderbilt. But the Celtics feel like they can take some control here early in the second. And then Vanderbilt commits the foul.
I talked to about this, and he said the team, especially its head coach, Joe Mazzulla, used the talk as motivation to show people what we are capable of. Jaylen Brown told me he took all this noise personally. He told me as a competitor, he's always looking for motivation, and everyone else's opinions just add fuel to the fire, and whatever the process is for these Celtics, it's working.
Well, guys, it feels like anybody who has a chip on their shoulder at the highest form of athletics, that generally does you good. Not always, but certainly in the case of the Celtics this year, we've seen it from guys like Pritchard and White and Queta and Hauser and so many others. And Brown is going to be fouled by his former teammate Marcus Smart.
But I think the big storyline, especially in the second half, going forward, is he going to come back at some point this season? I mean, that's a lot of the chatter here. This Celtics team right now currently sitting second in the Eastern Conference.
James puts the head down, can't score. And a foul's going to be called on Ayton on his hope comeback. I just saw the beginnings of that, the origins from last year's playoff with the injury, a peek behind the curtain. And it is as much mental as it is physical for Tatum and for the rest of this team. He's been very open on the fact that this team has played incredibly well without him. Jaylen Brown has blossomed into an MVP candidate. As White comes up short, he has to fit into that, not the other way around.
Agree, 100%. And the way that Jaylen Brown has been playing as the de facto leader of this team, that's definitely going to be a dynamic to watch as Vanderbilt knocks down one of those corner threes.
And now look what Vanderbilt's doing. He's denying Peyton Pritchard. He's using his energy there. And you look at Brown and Smart. Think about the one-on-ones they've had in practice for so many years. Ain't no tendencies, and that's why Brown is trying to set screens to get Smart off of him.
Works this time. Smart attacks to Hauser. That means that Ayton has Brown on the outside. Instead, straight cash. Peyton Pritchard. That was nasty. And a steal for Brown. Off to the races against James. Stop. Wait. Brown. Attack. Inside. Queta had it knocked out of bounds by Vanderbilt.
Well, you're used to
At the end of that shot clock, and that step back, a couple of major highlights, but a turnover here for Boston. Queta is down.
he got kneed in the head.
Queta is still down. Brown late to recover. Ayton can't finish it. Pritchard trying to claim it. He does on the ground. Bounces it for Sharman. Queta's back on his feet. Now Brown attacks. And Brown, with a lot of contact, is going to the free throw line. It looked like. So Brown first the technical. 78% on the season. Puts his team back up by 2. He's got 7. On 3 of 9 shooting. Marcus Smart still pleading his case. Well, we asked both these coaches what it feels like being a part of this rivalry, and Joe Mazzulla said that more than anything, both of these franchises that coached for both of these franchises, that were associated with both of these franchises. Now we got a technical foul on Marcus Smart. He wouldn't stop. Michael Smith gave him some leeway, but he just kept going. And finally, the 33rd season veteran of
Still frustrated.
Wanted to finish the conversation. The official, Michael Smith, had enough.
But Brown doesn't hit on that one. So technical fouls to Reeves. This is where he picks up his tee.
To pick up his technical. Back-to-back misses.
Finally, Michael Smith had enough. It was his 6th technical of the season. And Brown will get a 4th free throw here. He's gone 1 for 3 so far. 2 for 4. So essentially, it was as if he just made his 2 free throws from the foul.
A lot more emotion involved in this game now, though.
Look at the point of picking up defensively. Another steal, the third by Brown here.
Shireman on the perfect feed from Brown, and a timeout call by J.J. Redick.
His memory so sharp. I said, all right, coach, all the championships, which one challenged you the most? He said 1985 because I messed up in 84 and I had to prove myself. Also, for those who didn't know, he was on our NBC team for one season. But between the Lakers and the Knicks, believe it or not, he said, hey, I got nervous for TV. Game recognizes game.
Well, let's not forget, Zora, he did also start in broadcasting with the Lakers before eventually deciding that he was going to join the coaching staff and then work his way up. I love that the statue has him in the Armani shoot, by the way, which wouldn't have it any other way. Doncic on the other end, back out there, and letting it fly, comes up short. Pritchard, Shireman, Queta, Hauser, and Jaylen Brown. Pritchard stop on a dime. Shireman's three. And the rebound falls to Kennard. That's the midway point of the second quarter. The Lakers down to 42% from the floor, 4 of 9 from 3. Reeves thought he got hit, comes up short.
And those are tough shots right there from the standpoint. That rear view contest always bothers you, always thinking about it. Even if it doesn't block it, you know it's there.
He wants to take Luka.
Good defense by Luka. Now it's Brown on Smart, carving a path, and he'll get 2 free throws.
Closer game.
It's third, but this game continues like that. You're going to need that challenge in the second half.
Take another look at it. Conclusive to overturn, so Brown will get 1 more free throw. And he's in double figures now with 10. 10 points, 2 rebounds, 4 assists, and 3 steals for Jaylen Brown.
Importantly, 6 free throw attempts here in this first half.
This is the man that leads the NBA in that category. Going right at the rookie once again. Couple of bumps, got the contact, and now he'll shoot 2.
But even that one, that took Luka more energy to get the ball from the beginning of the play all the way there just to get where him down.
Take a look at the upcoming national TV schedule as Doncic is up to 11 points. Knicks at Cavaliers, 7:30 Eastern. Timberwolves at Trailblazers, 10 p.m. Eastern. That is correct. It is Peacock doubleheader on Tuesday. For more on these games, please go to NBA.com or visit the NBA app.
Man, what a comeback by New York last night versus Houston. 18 points down in the fourth, and really their defense got them back. Say Alvarado.
That felt like an Alvarado type of play from LaRavia right there.
Good defense because he had a dunk.
Doncic got a good screen. Got a good 3. He was arguing he should have been foul call as well, and as a result, he got slept.
That's right, because he was arguing on the floor. An easy layup there by Gonzalez at the other end. If Doncic gets up off the floor and runs back, there's no way then Gonzalez gets that easy lay-in.
Hugo's talked about the biggest difference. Oh, they left him alone this time.
Short.
Another leak out for Gonzalez. He thinks the game so well. Said that's been the biggest thing that he took away from EuroLeague is it's the most cerebral game in the world as Queta gets an easy deuce inside.
And right there, man, where he's supposed to tag and help and be the last line of defense, he wasn't there because he had a shooter and tested the Celtics trust. The Lakers trust, excuse me.
Off the screen, Doncic is fouled by Brown. For tonight, 14 points and 2 assists in 13 minutes. James will come back in for 9 deep. The Lakers, they've gone 10 with Vanderbilt and Hayes, although Hayes has only played 5 minutes. Keep an eye on him. Handoff Pritchard, drive and kick. 12 to shoot for White. On the attack, spray it out. Extra goes to White. Brown missed it short. Back outside, Derek White's 3. Too strong.
One more pass to his right there for Derek White. We had Pritchard wide open.
They had Kennard wide open. And Hachimura can't cash in on the other side.
We're already 6 rebounds here.
White on the attack. Goes right at Ayton for 2. 46-41. The Celtics shooting 49% from the floor, just 5 of 15 from 3. Luka Doncic, that is throwback.
So those are the easy points Luka gets that doesn't take energy. He can do that all day. You want to make it a little bit tougher for him. Derek White's a great defender, but Luka got right where he needed to get the easy bucket.
Brown directing traffic. Pritchard, cross, dancing on Doncic, gives it up. It's a 3, and it's good for Derek White. Lakers have wasted no time trying to get into their offense. Now it's James who has the switch on Pritchard. Gonzalez staying tight to Doncic, so we'll give it to James in the post. LeBron double comes. Pull up pop. It's Hachimura short. Good.